The conspiracy that Danny's proposing that you've heard is that Will Smith is gay.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm no one, but
Does Project Veritas has Project Veritas covered that?
No, I've just heard it from people like in passing, like, bro, he's gay and does gays. Like, and I'm not gonna get
sort of like how Kanye was like,
I've heard that for like 10 years.
Yeah, so I said it on the podcast a few weeks ago because of the Jada Pinkett thing or whatever, where she was saying like, you know, she was fucking all these guys, and he just kind of is like, yeah, go ahead. And then, but in the comments, everybody's like, yeah, I've been hearing this. So I'm not. That's not unique to me. But then this thing came out.
So basically, that was the inklings that he's gay, and people were kind of dunking on him.
It just makes sense, you.
And apparently, legitimately, he did say at one point, he goes, I want someone to look at. I wanted Jada to look at me the way that she used to look at Tupac or something like that. Like, there just keeps being these quotes coming out. But so this is what he basically his thing is, and he's like, not only am I not gay, he came out and he was like, dude, I was crushing so much pussy. But he goes, Will Smith revealed he once developed a psychomatic relation. Are you laughing because I can't read?
No, it was just a funny word. But now I can act like I'm snarky and be like, oh, dude,
he's laughing because I can't read.
It was just, I was thinking of the story, how he's throwing up. But
he goes, psychosomatic relation, some psychosomatic alakazam. Who was that? Was that Insane Clown Posse? Prodigy, psychosomatic reaction to orgasms after engaging in rampant sexual intercourse to deal with being cheated on by his first girlfriend. And he basically said that he was he said he was puking after, like he would have sex with a girl and puke just because he was fucking too much. Have you ever had that, Danny?
No.
Yeah.
And he's like, I did it. I barfed on my dick again.
I've never heard that either from anyone. Have you ever heard that from like a friend?
Where he goes, dude, dude, I love pussy so much. How much do you love it? I fucking puked on the girl.
I keep puking.
You've been drinking a lot? No, I'm sober. I'm just
so I just keep throwing up.
Do you think Will Smith potentially has been taking the medication? The dopamine blockers?
Maybe. I don't know.
But this is what he says. He goes, I had sex with so many women. It was so constitutionally disagreeable to the core of my being. And that one of the reasons is because he was like, I'm supposed to be a one-woman man. I love this girl, and I'm fucking cursed with being this pussy.
Well, no,
that's his explanation.
Well, I guess he's saying because
your explanation is good.
Well, I guess he's just, he had this agreement, so she's like, well, I'm gonna go.
No, this is before this. So the bottom line of the story is, he goes, back in the day, I dated this girl and she cheated on me and broke my heart. And then I went on a fucking Will Smith, Big Willie Styles rampage. But I knew that I wasn't supposed to be a tearing up pussy rampage guy. So how he was tormented, like, having a threesome with two girls, being like, I'm not this guy. That's what he's selling in this debacle.
Did he really say constitutionally?
That honestly sounds like a Jordan Peterson, like something Jordan Peterson would say.
It sounds like Ben Franklin just fucking too many women. He's like, constitutionally, I'm not supposed to do this.
Ben Shapiro also, you could see him with like an orgy with 6 women being like, what am I doing?
This is not in the Constitution. This is...
Well, that's what he says. The reaction to this orgasm, it would make him gag and vomit. So the funny part is the orgasm and the cum and the puke happen at the same time.
Fluids at once.
So he goes, coming and puking at the same time. Bro, that's not fucking funny.
Him and the Parkinson's guy are in this lane of like, I'm not buying the story completely, but I feel bad at the same time.
There's more to this.
There's something more to it.
These are both definitely like there's more to it.
He's coming and puking at the same time.
You think he ever pukes and then he comes? He goes, I have food poisoning, and he fucking goes,
it's so gross.
Dude, I fucking love the Will Smith stuff so much. He goes, so basically he revealed that after the girl was unfaithful to him, he resorted to excessive, indiscriminate ways of sex. In every case, he hoped to God this beautiful stranger would be the one that would love him, make his pain go away, he writes. And invariably, there I was, retching and wretched, and look in the eyes of the woman was forever deepened by my agony. So gay or not, you think, based on that sentence? He goes, looking in the women's eyes was just further deepening my agony. And his idea is that it's nothing to do with me and gay. It's like, I'm just a one-woman man.
Yeah, he's like...
But then he has a polyamorous relationship with the girl, so it doesn't even really make sense.
This was a long time ago, I guess is what he said?
No, he has this... Yeah, this he's saying back then. But it still doesn't make sense. But then he has...
So basically, she forced him, so he's like, this disgusted him, and then he's like, I finally found a woman... was married for a while, and then she goes back to this old gagging
He's got to go back to
lifestyle.
so that's the thing is why didn't the gagging go away?
He wrote that, like Wretched in Agony. Those are his words.
This is in his new, like, in a
sounds like
memoir.
he
By the way, he's
raped himself. Like he raped himself.
That's what he's trying to pitch.
It's like, dude, it's scary listening to, but it was like him doing it. So it's like, bro, just
But he is like
stop doing
untouchable because like he's still like, you know, all this stuff comes out, his reputation like doesn't really.
There's some real good stuff about the girl.
I like
that
Will Smith.
Yeah, I like Will Smith.
Crushes
He's my top 5 favorite action stars. Yeah. I would say it's Will Smith, Steven Seagal. It changes a little bit. Sometimes The Rock's in there. Sometimes Statham's in there. Who would you put in your top 5? I would definitely go. I would say Chuck Norris is in and out too. But the staples are Seagal, Will Smith.
I'm not really an action guy.
Maybe.
He's a likable guy. Definitely. Like,
nah,
he
Schwarzenegger a little bit. Not Stallone though. Stallone's crappy. But anyways, he goes. Elsewhere in his memoir, Will, who's now 53, details aspects of his sex life with Jada Pinkett Smith. He reveals when he first started sex with her, recalling how determined he was to try to satisfy her in the early days of the relationship. I started to wonder if it was a competition. Either way, as far as I was concerned, there were only 2 possibilities. 1, I was going to satisfy this woman sexually, or 2, I was going to die trying.
Oh my gosh.
Why is he writing this?
Yeah, you're not like some dude over the hill. You're like currently super famous. Like
how much of a nightmare?
Like what is this for?
I was just going to ask you, would you ever write a book like that? I'm trying to think of myself. Like,
this seems like the kind of thing where you're like a guy who you're like, yeah, I was the biggest movie star in the world 10 years ago, and I'm trying to get back in like relevancy.
Saying wild shit.
And you like rouse shit, and you're like, but you're the man now. You don't need to do.
Oh my goodness!
How funny is it that he's just in there, and she's just looking at her watch. And so
the sparks. He's got the fucking welder's mask on. He's just getting to work.
He's probably eating her out for 10 hours at a time. Oh, Mrs. Pinkett, are you pleasured adequately? That's so.
What was 50 Cent's thing? Get rich or die trying. He's like, fuck my wife or die trying.
Yeah.
Or like,
give her
my wife.
Yeah,
give her an
pleasure.
orgasm or die trying.
Dude, he goes,
that's the new album. That shit's fire.
So crazy though. That would be a fucking nightmare. And he goes, in a bid to rediscover himself and a search for clarity after the split, Will writes that he visited a tantric sex expert in Trinidad. So when he's in his puking fits. So this is when he's trying to pleasure her. Anytime he has sex with someone else, he's puking. Then he goes to this tantric sex expert. He goes, I'm rich, I'm a millionaire. He's like, how much would it take? I just want to give her one orgasm. I want one fucking night of pleasure. How much?
You think they have sex? Like, does that person have sex with you to show you, or they just like, tell you?
That's a good question.
Right? They're like, here, let me show you, and then you cheat on your wife with the tantric person.
Because what does the tantric
my job.
guy do unless you're also like having sex?
Right? They just tell you, like, put your finger here, or they're like, well, here, just try with me. And
You
like,
have to, right?
Or he's like, yeah, just call me when you're doing it, and I'll guide you through it.
It sounds like this dude.
Put me on speakerphone.
He goes, okay, I'm down there. What am I looking for exactly?
And he did ayahuasca, so it does sound like this dude brought him in, made him fucking do drugs, and then he's like, yeah, dude, you all hold your hips and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Like the putting, like he's like, just, I don't know.
It does seem like, okay, yeah, what you're going to want to do with your dick, here, I'll just guide it in there. Like, you just grab that for you.
Yeah, let me get it out for you.
And he goes, what the coach was doing essentially was cleaning out my mind, letting me know it was okay for me to be who I was. And he told GQ, it was, he was also dating Halle Berry at the time, smashing her. And he goes, it was okay that Haley is fine. It was okay to think that Haley is fine. It doesn't make me a bad person that I'm married. And I also think Haley is beautiful. Whereas in my mind, in my Christian upbringing, I thought there was sin. So basically guys in Hollywood, they go to this guy and they're like, listen, I have a wife and I'm fucking all these other girls. And he goes, yo, you're good, dude. That kind of sounds like what this dude is.
He's like, no, but I'm a Christian. He's like, dude, you're good. He's like, I got the Bible version of this here. You're like, you sure? He's like, yeah, you're good, dude.
It's basically, instead of going to like a confession, you go to this guy and he tells you you're sick.
Yeah, you're the best. And he goes, yeah, I thought so.
He goes, put your fingers through the hole of the confession. He goes, nah, you're good, dude.
What do you think about that? Say like you're in a faithful marriage, like, you know, he's like, oh, I think she's beautiful. Like, how can I not? Like, is that
that's
thing?
obvious.
How do you not do that?
Yeah,
right?
thinking they're beautiful is one thing, but it's like, obviously he's actually having sex with the girls and he's kind of like, you know, and I shouldn't feel guilty that I thought she was hot. It's like, also you were fucked her a bunch.
And I'm just like looking at her. I was like, oh yeah, I'll add that next line. I thought that was given.
Yeah, so basically you go there and this dude just tells you you're fucking sick. But so you would go verdict, you think he's on the low?
Yeah. Also, YouTube right now having a field day with your pronunciation of Halle Berry.
What did I say?
Haley.
Oh,
You said
fuck.
it 3 times.
Ah,
It's gonna be
shit.
fucking going.
You know what?